It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
All right, so now let's talk about a third thing we see people do during the holiday season. And this one, I'm afraid we see a ton happen. And I think even we fall prey to this, and it's overcommitting. It's recognizing that during this holiday season, there's all these different things that I want to do, and we end up stretching ourselves so thin by committing to every possible thing we could commit to.
I love when we show, we didn't put it in here, because we're only half good at what we do. Meaning, I just thought of this. But Reby has this favorite slide that we have that has your commitments versus your time and life and so forth. And it is so crazy. The messy middle. We talk about the messy middle all the time. Is that people with kids will know that your life is no longer your own. Obviously, you have kids. You've expanded the family, but unfortunately, you have a lot of people that are excited that you've grown the family, and you find yourself loading up your vehicle or traveling on a plane with a bunch of people who are worried, is your baby going to cry around them? You're stressed out to the nines over this thing, and it's all because you're overcommitting to make sure everybody maximizes their memories, and that's so great. But I'm just telling you, there's a reason we find out that 38% of Americans say their stress increases significantly during the holidays. 60% say their mental health is negatively impacted. Are you kidding? This is supposed to be the greatest time of the year.
Exactly counterintuitive.
And somehow we've turned this negative. How have we done this to ourselves? Let's talk to people. How do you make this better?
Yeah, so here's one of the best ways you can avoid overcommitting is figure out how to maintain healthy habits even during the holidays. I mean, none of us are going to stick to our routine perfectly. None of us are going to stick to our diet regimens or workout regimens or sleep consistency or fill in the blank. But the more consistent you can be, the more healthy habits you can carry through the holiday season, the better off you will likely set yourself to not be one of those people that are overstressed and end up suffering from less happy mental health during the holiday season.
So I want to give everybody a challenge because Christmas is coming up in the next 2 weeks, and I think a lot of you probably go, remember this show because it comes out right during the holidays, and you're going to be, man, I do not want to do this. So do this for me. A little planning goes a long way. If you find yourself overstressed during this holiday season, in January, February, while you have months before we roll this right around again, start the communication. Because, I mean, just share, hey, look, the kids, it's harder, traveling, there's a lot of logistical issues. I think we're going to do it this way. And if you, I can tell you my solution, this is this is one of the things on tips to do. I realized trying to make both sides of the family happy, my spouse's side, my family. So you know what we did? We said, let's just go on a cruise. Let's go do, and I know the pandemic didn't make this easy, but now that we are getting beyond that point, we're like going on our first Christmas cruise. We've done Thanksgiving cruises. It is so glorious when you can just bring everyone together so you can actually enjoy each other, enjoy the time together, enjoy the memory making. That's how you do it, but you got to have effective communication to make that possible.
Yeah, I think communicating is huge. I mean, one of the things that we do is once we started having kids and we live out of state from all of our family, we said, hey, look, we can't travel down for Thanksgiving and then turn right around and travel down again for Christmas. So we can do either or every year. We won't be able to do both anymore. And it's been wonderful. It's made the holiday season much more enjoyable for our family, much less stressful. And it makes the time that we do get to spend that much happier because we're not stressed out about having to do the back and forth and back and forth. So one of the things you have to figure out how to do is know how to say no, know how to effectively not commit to every possible thing that comes your way.
So would you say it's like a, no?
Yep, that's exactly how I think that's how you should do it. You call your relatives and do it that way. It's going to be great.
I don't know.
Really good.
And then, this is one of those things where I think I didn't like how this was worded, but I kind of get what it was saying. And this is where you could sprinkle in the communication with this is just prioritize what you're going to put your time into, because look, you might get invited to multiple neighborhood parties, work parties, family parties. You just got to prioritize how are you going to do it all without adding that stress element.
And at the end of the day, you have to ask, what is the ultimate why? Like if you're going to a holiday party, is it because there are people there that you really want to build relationships with that you love? Or is it just because you got the invitation and you're trying to just check the box and do it? I don't know that going through the holiday season, we have to check the box quite as often as we do. We should focus on those things that truly matter in this holiday season instead of allowing ourselves to just blow through it and not actually enjoy the time at all.